So a user named JJournal1987 requested that I listen to the Midnight Panic debut all over again. Like, it's been a couple years since I first heard it. I thought I'd go into it with a fresh pair of ears, so I did. And here's my review. But first and foremost, I want to say that I've kind of really trashed on Mark Chavis for quite some time. I don't agree with a lot of his choices, and I don't like that he left the band. But with that being said, I don't judge his music based on him as a person. I think there's a level of professionalism when it comes to listening to something basically with open ears. To say someone like Billie Eilish, who for all intents and purposes is very much like a plant in the industry, discredits her creativity, discredits the quality of music she produces, and she has some good songs. It's not for me, but my point stands. So with that being said, what is Midnight Panic and how did the album sound? I'm going through the 13 songs, but first and foremost, it's got Mark Chavis on vocals, Peter Sherbert, I don't know how you say it, Sherbert, on guitar, Mike Montano on bass, who was originally in Adema, and Cesar Garasa and Matt Lowe are both credited on drums. I don't know who recorded on the album. I think it was Caesar, but again, it's very hard to find information on that. That's just, Matt Lowe passed in 2011, and he has some association with at least the band, be it live or in recording, so rest in peace. The first song is Tonight Is Our Last Night. The opening track starts off very high energy, but quickly segues to an early 2010s emo-esque pop-punk vibe. And I know it came out before 2010, but when the vocals kick in, the lyrics are filled with regret and themes of breaking up. My main issue is the mixing of the vocals coming off very soft and non-aggressive, despite the heavy bass and guitar and the pounding of the drums. There's this sort of passive-aggressive, early emo sound to the vocal delivery that sort of conflicts with the serious tone of the instrumentation. It's melancholy, and it lacks the emotion that make Mark Chavis so iconic to Adema songs like Speculum and Pain Inside. The biggest issue I have with the song is not the music, it's actually the music video, which is a low-budget disaster. I mean, it was... Girls Gone Wild had better video quality than that, and they were shot with, like, camcorders. Maybe it's just the way it was originally uploaded to YouTube. I don't know. The video sucked. The song was not terrible. It wasn't for me, but it was just, the video kind of made it look like a spoof. The second song is You Don't Have to Be Afraid. The song starts off strong. There's some little bit of bad phase and filter effects on the first verse that seems out of place, but the song starts strong. There's not a bump in the volume during the first false start chorus that would have significantly helped the song, but it is there in the actual chorus, so the volume does raise. I'm not liking the shifting placement of the vocals, but it's not a bad song. Overall, the plucking of one of the guitars is lacking harmony and could have been reworked. It's definitely more listenable than the opening track, which one of my main criticisms of this album is there's just some really odd guitar plucking and noises that they seem like an afterthought, and they definitely have use. It was a poor choice on the mixing, on the band's part, etc. Give Me One More Chance. The song starts with a heavy guitar riff, but the vocals jump in too soon, and there's no time to set the tone of the song. The song shifts to an angst pop rock song until the chorus drops. The chorus is good, but the second verse doesn't build off of it, and the drums don't drive the song into the second chorus, and the bass walls in the chord progression until the bridge, which is really good. But instead of transitioning into a breakdown, the song goes back into the chorus. The song had a lot of potential. It just ends up being a filler. I Want to Know. The song starts with this melodical guitar riff and a strong bass line, but the highlight here is Matt Lowe's drumming that the vocals rest great on. Mark's strongest vocals of the track are in the first verse. The lyrics are too sappy and playful for a rock song, but I don't have a problem with the delivery until the pre-chorus and the chorus. The bridge of the drums and the bass are good. It's just a little bridge they have on it. The song makes it apparent that there is a volume limit enforced on the album, probably caused by poor use of compression used in post-production. The song just doesn't have the emotion to stick, and again comes off as filter. And I know I'm being very critical. There are some songs I do like, but they're towards the second half. We're on number 5, Celebrate. The song starts with the best guitar so far, but the vocals start breathy and the lyrics come off as if aimed towards teenagers who are focused on friends and suicidal thoughts. Lyrically, it starts weak, but the song does get significantly better. The chorus is actually strong despite the compression and equalization. The short guitar solo introduced in the bridge sounds great and carries the song into the next chorus. The song's actually a lot better than I remember, and I enjoyed it. Number 6 is Bring Me Back to Life. The song starts with a wah effect on one of the guitars, which sounds detuned, but then turns to a chorus effect that I like as the vocals kick in. The second guitar hammers down a heavy tone that blends with the vocals well. The lyrics are better, and the delivery is far better. Mark Chavez tends to have this sort of mock singing going on with a lot of his past works, where he doesn't quite express the tone he's aiming for, but he carries it here perfectly towards the end of the first verse. The chorus is very much reliant on the notion of being a rock song, and it misses the mark. But the song doesn't feel like it fumbles, it just feels like it's trying to keep a heavy tone throughout that doesn't work here. And the weird guitar noises just don't match Mark's vocals. Overall, I think the song would have been really good with a different chorus and double backing on the chorus vocals. And the last song I'm covering in this video, I'll split it into 2 parts. Number 7 is Miss You. The song starts with an almost Alice in Chains sound to the vocals. It's not quite a harmony, but it sounds vaguely like a harmony. You'll just have to hear it to see what I'm saying. The lyrics are good at first, but turning into more of the sappy love song dribble that just overdo the lover boy motif that this album has. However, the song would have fit perfectly on Adema's Unstable instead of Let Go. I think the chord progressions of the song have the most Adema-esque sound to them, and the piano is a nice addition. The only thing that really upsets me about the song is the lyrics are few and endlessly repeating, which stunts the song as a whole. So, that's part 1 of a 2-part review of this album. Like I said, I'm not trying to be overly critical, but I am trying to be honest. So far, I've heard 2 songs that I don't hate. I somewhat like one of them, which is Celebrate. Celebrate has some goodness to it. I am trying to keep an open mind, and I have been trying to be honest without being overtly critical. If you like this, please stick around for part 2. I will say there are more songs I like, and you'll just have to stick around and find out which ones.